Hi, everyone. Joy McMurtry here with the Future Proof team, and we are going to introduce our next guest speaker on our Future Proof Your Retirement free monthly webinar. This month, for the month of July, on the 24th at 12:30. Our webinar will be featuring Cydney French with Caring in Oregon. So Cydney's just going to take a few minutes with us to introduce herself and what she loves to do with about the industry that she's in. So Cydney, I'll let you take it from here. What industry are you in?
Thank you. I have the honor of working with a continuum of care model of business that offers in-home care, palliative care, and hospice care with the addition of our podcast, Aging Today. So while we're working with Caring in Oregon, we're really comfort care, vital palliative, and Royal Hospice. These three companies I work for, like I said, comfort care, vital palliative, and Royal Hospice are in union because we have the opportunity to offer support services that are driven by the exact needs of our patients. Sometimes that means a patient needs palliative care to help control their pain, and they don't have anyone on the ground that can help with those prescribed regimens of medications. So our team would come into their home or wherever they live, and they would help with their medication management and support them through their pain. Or say a family has been using our services for in-home care. Maybe there's been companion care or even personal care, helping them toilet, bathe, or dress, and they end up receiving a terminal diagnosis. In that case, our hospice team comes in and gives, they already have an insider look with what's happening in the home because our teams talk to each other. And that's beneficial because then we are able to create a more holistic approach and plan to help give them the support they need. The trust is already built in. It's a great way to bridge care goals that are driven by our patients and their families.
Wow, that must be such a huge benefit to your clients to have sort of that handoff between different levels of care instead of having to search for someone to take on that next level of care when it's needed.
Yeah, and oftentimes our families are in a state of crisis by then. So the last thing they want to do is try and make a really sound decision when they're coming from this crisis zone. I mean, it doesn't always end up as a crisis, but oftentimes when people are in decline, it's harder to make really sound decisions. So we're there, they know us, they trust us, and so we're able to offer a really educated plan for them going forward.
Wow, that is amazing. How did you get started in this industry?
Well, I've been around healthcare most of my life because both of my parents were healthcare providers. They're both retired. My father passed. My mother was an RN and my father was a social worker. Different kinds of hospital settings, but ones in which I became very familiar with. I started my career as a massage therapist, so I was on the alternative care end, working with clients for 2 decades. I ran my own healthcare clinic with 25 different kinds of providers. Within 7 preventative medical fields. It wasn't until COVID and the decision to close my practice that I turned back to my practice and ultimately took some time to decide what I wanted to do next. My experience was also colored by the fact that my partner got very ill with cancer, and he walked through palliative care and hospice care, and then my father also ended up in hospice care. So those experiences were monumental in me entering this particular field. My 2 hospice experiences were really difficult to navigate, and that countered all my expectations in my massage therapy practice. So as a result, those experiences kind of sat with me in a disillusioned state until I met Mark and Christina, who are the owners of our companies. It was immediately obvious that they were driven by a heart-centered approach through their business practices, and that they understood and understand that chronic illness, disease, and end-of-life illnesses require a different approach.
Wow. I feel like those personal experiences are often what drives us into, wanting to really serve people, especially if we have an experience that isn't ideal we
Right.
want to make sure that it's better for the person who comes and experiences that after us. Uh, what are you passionate about in your industry?
I'm really passionate about people receiving quality care from a place of integrity. People are at their most vulnerable in this time period, and when suffering is present, even more so. So, whether a person's seeking help at their home from a complete stranger to, their end of life, and they've just learned that their life is taking a turn they didn't expect, there's a loss of control that goes along with these kinds of situations. I really believe that it's so important to be able to give back control wherever possible to our patients and families with the aim of being able to present guiding principles through unknown landscapes so that they can make sound decisions.
Absolutely. And what is your goal in being part of the Future Proof resource group?
Healthcare, in my opinion, can just be radically improved by utilizing a team approach. Collaboration among different kinds of providers uh, allows a quality of care to improve outcomes, particularly when people are treated with dignity and respect and they have choices and they know they have choices. It's my belief in the adage, it takes a village, right? Not only in bringing up our kids, but also fostering our seniors through difficult times. Our healthcare system is really complex with many challenges built into it. So um, to have a vast network of people working together for the good of patients and their families, rather than just a bottom line, we share our collective knowledge and expertise for the benefit of those we serve.
Wow, that is such an amazing resource that you can offer your clients, and hopefully we can be a part of that as well. And
Definitely.
I'm really excited to have you present on
Thank
the
you.
24th, but we always love to end with one fun question. And what is one thing that people don't usually know about you?
I would say one thing people don't usually know about me is that I'm trained in traditional healing practices in service through ceremony. I continue to be mentored by two different elders and have been since 2006. I'm a deeply spiritual person who's guided by these practices and principles and everything that I commit to. And also, just to kind of bring it full circle, I'm also a bit of a science geek. And so I began furthering my knowledge in the fall at OHSU in nursing.
Wow, that's so awesome. You're one of those continuous learners then.
I am. Thank you.
That is amazing. I also try to be a continuous learner as well. And we're looking forward to getting to know more about you and the services that the Caring in Oregon team provides with all their different layers that they have. The Future Proof Retirement webinar again will be on July 24th at 12:30, and you can register at futureproofyourretirement.com, all one word. It goes for 1 hour, but we also leave time at the end for questions and answers. So feel free to come prepared with any questions that you might have for Cydney, and we will see you then. Thanks so much, Cydney.
Thank you, Joy.